So it's pretty safe to say Iron Man 3 caused no controversy whatsoever and made everybody really happy. Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam and welcome to my review for Iron Man 3. This movie was directed by Shane Black. It's the third Iron Man movie in the franchise, and this movie stars all the regulars with some new additions including Guy Pearce and Ben Kingsley. This is also the first MCU movie post-Avengers. It seemed like the MCU had reached a new level with the Avengers. Everyone was just pumped for what was going to happen next. Iron Man 3 could have been and should have been great. And for the most part, it's good, but then they messed with things. And oh, believe me, I'm going to talk about that in detail. We find our badass for the evening, Tony Stark, and he's going through a bit of trouble. He's been going through some PTSD after saving New York from an alien invasion, which, hey, I mean, everybody would have PTSD after something like that. Not to mention the fact that at any random time, he could have flashbacks to some of the stuff that he saw during the Battle of New York. It's downright disturbing, too. There is a scene where Tony's talking to Rhodey in a bar, and Tony just stops talking, and he just is like, He was having a panic attack, and it was actually quite disturbing. But his personal problems are only compounded by the presence of the Mandarin, played by Ben Kingsley, who's basically the OTT Osama bin Laden. He makes these propaganda videos saying America is weak, they're the scum of the earth, and, you get the point. And Tony may be facing even more problems in the form of Aldrich Killian, played by Guy Pearce, who may be looking to give him some competition, both in the business world and in the personal world. Right away, the best part of this movie is, once again, Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. I know I'm basically a broken record on this topic, but really, it just feels so right. I think I'm slightly obsessed. Not by much, but it's a healthy obsession. This Tony Stark was a lot darker than the previous two iterations, and it was something that I really appreciated. He took the events of New York very hard. Like I said, he has nightmares, he can't sleep. I mean, poor dude. But I did like how the PTSD was handled with a great deal of maturity. Sometimes a subject like this may not be handled with the greatest amount of discretion, so I did appreciate that they gave these panic attacks a lot of gravity. When it happens, you really do feel the gravity of the situation. Along with Tony Stark, I thought that this is the best Pepper Potts that we will ever get. She had her fair share of badass moments. Plus, well, Gwyneth Paltrow was really hot in this movie, so there is that. I also really enjoyed Guy Pearce as Aldrich Killian. He should have been the villain, but no, he was just one part in one of the worst cinematic twists in history. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this in major detail, so a spoiler warning from here on out. If you haven't seen it and are at least morbidly curious, abandon ship, and I'll put a timestamp somewhere around here that will let you know when to fast forward to. So we're going to talk about it in depth in 3, 2, 1. So for the entire movie, the Mandarin is portrayed as this world beater, this dragon slayer, if you will. He even has the badass voice. You'll never see me coming. And at the end of the day, he's an actor. When I first saw this, it was just the guy coming in his Mandarin garb, sitting down and filming these vignettes. It's not in Palestine or Africa or the Middle East. It's taking place in America. That part didn't bother me because at least he looked and sounded the part. And at least when he's being used by Aldrich Killian, at least it made sense because Killian couldn't get to Stark any other way, so he used the Mandarin as smoke and mirrors to kinda sneak in and take him out. And if they had done that, I would have been fine with that. That fact does not bother me. What bothers me is that a few scenes later, we see what's supposed to be the Mandarin, this big terrorist, walking out of the bathroom with a beer in each hand, talking in a sniveling British accent, and falling asleep in his easy chair while he's watching soccer. And by the way, no offense to British people, I'm just saying that this guy's British accent was just nasally and sniveling, but I'm sure you get my point. What makes me so angry about this whole thing is that not only is the Mandarin's character completely useless, you could have edited the Mandarin completely out of the movie, and the movie would have been no different. No. You've got Aldrich Killian just sitting there with built-in villain motivation that is at the very beginning of the movie. In 1999, Aldrich Killian came up to Tony Stark and said, "Hey, I'm the CEO of AIM. I'd like to talk to you about maybe partnering up on something." And when Tony Stark was in his playboy badass, whatever phase, he was like, "Yeah, sure, meet me up at the roof at midnight." Killian went up to the roof to find an empty roof, and Stark blew him off. You have built-in motivation for this guy to want to take out Stark. It's literally gift-wrapped for the movie. But no, we had to sit through this stupid thing where Ben Kingsley, who played Gandhi, by the way, he's sitting there and he's just... this makes me so angry. This was simply a twist for the sake of a twist. For the director to dance across the screen like, "Look how stylistic I am, ask me what it means!" This movie killed me off on Shane Black. I'm sorry, the dude may be a nice guy and he may have had one or two good movies, but I'm sorry. I just don't think he's that good. I wasn't a fan of The Nice Guys, and I wasn't a fan of this twist. This twist sucked. But it's just so stupid that it almost tanks the movie. Almost. And before I give my final rating for this movie, I did want to tell all of you that I'm going to now be ranking the movies that I review on a new rating system. It's going to go from amazing, which is the best, which is the best rating that a movie can get. Great, which is it's really good, but it does have some problems. Good, which is it has a lot of positives and a lot of negatives, but the positives outweigh the negatives. Forgettable, which is it has some positives, but it'll be largely forgotten. And horrid, which is the worst of the worst. I don't think this movie is horrid, because for the majority of the movie, I actually did enjoy it. Take the twist out of it, and I think this is a legitimately good MCU movie. It's not great, but it certainly is not bad either. It certainly could have been better, and I'm going to give this movie a good rating. Like I said, take the twist out of it, I think it could have been a great movie, but I think just with the dumb twist, I just thought it was just good. Because the stuff I liked, and the stuff I hated. But overall, it was good. But guys, in the end, that is all for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for my reviews for Thor 2, Captain America the Winter Soldier, and Guardians of the Galaxy, and continuing my series of MCU reviews. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a like and to also subscribe so that you never miss a new video. If you'd like to share with me your thoughts on Iron Man 3, leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. And if you want to follow me on social media, the links to all of my social media accounts will be in the description below. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.